Today we're going to show you how to remove the control panel for access to the display on the Infiniti Q45 along with the CD changer removal. We're going to start with a more difficult removal. We're going to set the parking brake, shift to a lower gear, and take our pry bar and work along the edges of the panel that is inserted in the center console. Prying along the edge of this panel will release clips. We're going to work up the left side and the right side of this panel, releasing clips. Again, these clips all release with pry pressure. With these clips released, this will allow you to pull the panel slightly back from the front of the dash and lift it up for access to several connectors coming up out of the center console here. On these connectors, locate the trigger at the center of the connector. You squeeze this down into the connector, it releases the lock, and you can remove the connector. We're going to repeat this for the second connector here. Depending on the number of features you may have, there may be more connectors, but these connectors are all keyed and go back to one specific spot. With these connectors removed, we can lift this panel up out of the center console and set it to the side. With your Phillips screwdriver, remove one screw to the left of the gear shift. Remove a second screw to the right of the gear shift. Next, we're going to take our pry bar and pry the trim panel from around the 6 CD changer from the dash, releasing these clips. With these clips released, you'll be able to pull this panel from the face of the dash and set it to the side. This is going to access 2 more screws below the CD changer, one on the left and one on the right. This is going to allow you to pull this pocket assembly up out of the dash. It takes a little finagling, pulling it out slightly, closing the door, and pulling it up out of the cavity. Once we get this pocket pulled up out of the cavity, we're going to access the connectors here at the back of this. There is one connector with a trigger towards the center of it. We're going to squeeze this trigger down and release it. This will allow us to take the pocket assembly and set it to the side. Next, we're going to move to the driver's seat and push the seat to the full forward position. This will give us access to a screw cover on the side of the center console in the rear seat. We're going to pry this cover from the side of the center console and remove this screw that is exposed. We're going to repeat this process for the opposite side. Move the front passenger seat forward. This will allow you access to the screw cover at the back of the center console. We're going to pry this screw cover from the center console. This is going to give us access to another hidden screw. We're going to also remove 2 screws at the cup holder and remove the cup holder up out of the opening. This will allow us to grasp the back edge of the center console and pull it back from the dash. With it released, we can pull the front edge up so that it is up out of the way and wedge it between the 2 front seats so that it stays in this up position for access to the CD changer. We have 2 hidden screws from this panel removal, one on the left side of the CD changer and one on the right side of the CD changer. There are also 2 screws at the bottom of the CD changer, one on the left and one on the right. With these screws removed, this will allow you to pull the CD changer slightly from the dash. This is going to allow us to access the connector at the back of this changer. With this connector removed, remove the CD changer. Next, we have the control panel at the top of the dash. This is secured by several screws. We're going to take our small pry bar and gently pry the inside edge of the Infiniti signia panel from the front panel. This will access 1 screw at the top of the panel. We're going to repeat this for the left side with a security light. This will pry up and give access to a second screw, but we are not going to disconnect the security light here. It may cause false signals to the computer. With these 2 screws removed, we're going to pry along the bottom edge of the front control panel. Again, this panel is held in by clips. We're going to pry up the right edge of this panel, releasing these clips, up the left edge of this panel, releasing clips. Once these clips are all released, you can pull the panel slightly from the dash. You can feed the security panel through the dash and pull the top edge of the panel down to locate the connectors. There are several connectors here as well. They are all keyed and have triggers at the center of them. This will allow you to release the front control panel after removing all these connectors. Pull the panel forward and set it to the side. This will give you access to the display in the dash. Hope this video has been helpful. Please subscribe and thank you for watching.